Pitt Rivers Museum, which is one of the 4 museums of the University of Oxford. I'm also a professor of museum studies and museum ethics in Oxford. And the process started when Sam in 2017 came to visit as part of a program that Inside Share, which is our partner, organized for Indigenous Leadership Program, training program. And we had agreed with Inside Share we would bring out some objects, and Sam, looking at the objects, said, I don't understand. Why are these things here, and why does it say that missionaries collected them? What do you mean collected? Hardly, they were thrown on the floor. So I need to talk to the elders and see how what they think about this. So we received a video from the elders from Loliondo, so from and they indicated that they were annoyed that there were these objects in the UK that they didn't know about. And so I sent a video back to invite people to come over and work with us and find a solution. And since then it's been a long journey where we've been working together with Sam and with Amos and with Ruth and with many who are here, where there's been delegations coming to Oxford to indicate which so we have 188 objects. 5 of those objects were problematic. We also went to Cambridge, we went to the Horniman in London and other museums in the UK. So there were several objects that were problematic because they were objects of inheritance. And the next stage needed to be working with Chief Laibon Mokompo to identify what might be steps forward, where we could reconcile and heal the situation. We work a lot with Indigenous people from all over the world. We work with Haida in Canada, we work with Ainu in Japan, and we work with people, the San in South Africa. So there's a lot of work with Indigenous people because a lot of the objects that are in our collections were taken during colonial times. Many were gifted, and so what we saw is that many objects were okay to have in Oxford, but some objects were problematic because they were never supposed to have been done away with. Those objects now, Chief Laibon Mokombo sent his son in 2020, just before the pandemic, to Oxford, and he identified the families. What we, obviously in colonial times, people were telling people that there was only one way of knowing, one epistemology, as you would say it in academic language. Well, we know that there's many ways of knowing, and the Ma way of knowing is a different way of knowing than historical documents which are written. But we didn't have a lot of historical documents that were written. But the Ma had a lot of specific information, and Le Marron was able to identify the families. Mokompo was able to confirm which families and what was the best way forward, which was the Elata Oingiro ceremony. So that is why we're here. We've been guided by Mokompo what the process is, and the process is to talk with the families. So we will have a conversation with the families. There's healing ceremonies, and what we were told is that the appropriate gift to bring is the cows. So that is what we've brought.